In this lesson, we're going to create the ratchet for the cylinder. Alright, so let's go ahead and create the ratchet. We're going to borrow from the cylinder to do that. So let's go ahead and just isolate that. And let's go to Edit Poly. Let's go to Vertex Mode and select this vertex right here. We're going to go ahead and convert that selection to a polygon selection. And then we're going to extract that part of the mesh. So to do that, we'll go to our Move tool, hold down Shift, move that out in the Y, make it its own object, and hit OK. Turn off polygon mode and select the new object. Now let's go ahead and select those polygons and simply extrude that out just to give it some thickness. So I'm going to set it to 0.25, hit OK. And then let's go ahead and create the spindle that is going to be on. So to do this, let's go ahead and go to Vertex Mode, and let's convert our selection over to Edge Mode, so we have all of these. And let's use Connect. Let's go ahead and draw that down on the slide. Let's go to about 30 or so, and then we'll hit OK. Now let's do it one more time. So let's go to Vertex Mode, select just that vertex, hold Control and go to Edge Mode, and let's do Connect again. This time we're going to set it to 0 and hit OK. Now I'm going to go to Vertex Mode and I'm going to select this vertex and every other one, and let's go to Scale, hitting R on the keyboard, and let's scale it in the X and Z. Scale it till we get the cylindrical shape here. Okay, looking good. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take these vertices here, or these polygons, and we're going to extrude those out. So let's extrude this. Let's extrude it out. Looking at this, let's do 0.25 and hit OK. Then I'm going to go to Edge Mode, and let's go to Vertex Mode. Let's select this one, hold Control, go to Edge Mode. Let's connect that. Let's do 2, and let's set our pinch to 0 and also our slide to 0. And then on this, let's go ahead and start pulling those out. So let's go to Vertex Mode. Let's take this and we'll pull that straight out. And then we're going to go to Edge Mode. We're going to pull these out. And then double click on this one and just push that back a little bit. We want to try to get this kind of like a round shape on the end. So pull that back in a little bit. Alright, now if it helps, you could also scale those up a little bit. So we scale it in the X and Z. Kind of help get that a little more round. Alright, great. So now with that, let's go ahead and select every other polygon here. And we're going to extrude. So extrude this, let's do 0.1 and hit OK. Now at this point I'm going to go to Edge Mode. I'm going to select the back side of each one, okay, just like that. And then I'm going to pull that back in the Y. So I'm going to push it closer to the base. So that way we get kind of this flared edge. Perfect. Now let's go to Edge Mode again, and let's select this edge and hit Ring. Let's hold down Control, hit Ring again, and I'm just going to continue to hold Control. I'm going to select these edges on each one. I'll just hit Ring one more time. So if I hit Ring there, all of those are selected, and now let's connect those. So we'll do Connect, and I'm going to leave it at 0, 0 with 2 segments, because what I'm doing is I'm adding in the segments that I need to make sure that this stays nice and sharp. Alright, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and add a Turbo Smooth just to see what we've got so far, and we'll be able to see what we need to do to get this. Alright, so that's looking okay for right now, but I want to do just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and go to Edge Mode, Swift Loop, and let's go from here to there, and then let's put one right here. Now let's take a look at our Turbo Smooth. A couple of issues that I have with it right now is the fact that we're getting this weird pinch right in here. So I want to be able to control that. So to control that, I'm going to create some segments. So I'm going to come in, and we're going to use Swift Loop, and I'm going to create these segments right along the edges Okay, like this. And that's going to go all the way down to the center, but we'll take care of that here in just a moment. We just want to make sure that we're getting these nice corners here. Okay, and then just a little bit more. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Turbo Smooth, and there we go. So this all looks good. A couple of things I might want to change right here. We've got this weird pinching going on right here, but not too bad. Now the problem that we have is right here. We've added all of these extra segments in here, and they're really tearing up the base of this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on each one of those that we just created, and I'm going to get rid of part of those. So let's go ahead and continue on. And let's do this one here. And one more here. Oops. All right, there we go. So now let's go ahead and, oops, looks like I grabbed one by accident. Didn't mean to grab that one. All right, so now we've got all of those. Let's go ahead and hold down Alt and let's deselect the edges that are on the ends. So just like that. And let's also delete or remove our selection right here. So that way the only edges we have are on the actual spindle. And let's hit Control Backspace to remove that. Go to Turbo Smooth, and you'll see what we get here. So it's still getting a lot of this weird stretching right in here, but we can take care of that with this single segment. So let's go ahead and use Edge Swift Loop. Let's add one right here across the bottom, like that. And then let's select this edge, go all the way around. Now it's going to be kind of hard to do. Oh, looks like we've got an extra edge in there. So let's do this. Let's deselect all of those. There we go. All right, so let's hit Control Backspace on that one. Yep, okay. I thought I'd gotten rid of one by accident there. So let's select all of these edges. And let's go ahead and add another loop to this. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and use Connect, and let's adjust that pinch there. Hit OK. And let's go Turbo Smooth. And there we go. All right, so now we've got that. We've got that ratchet look there. Looking really good so far. And so now all we need to do is simply put that back into the cylinder so it looks like it's part of the object. All right, so there we go. Go ahead and take a look at that. Looking pretty good. We may want to reduce the size on that just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and scale it down on the X and Z. Something like that. Great. All right, there we go. So now we're ready to move on to our next piece, and I'm going to create the swivel piece that connects the cylinder to the rest of the frame.